Well, today we're talking about heat, and of course we're talking about smoky conditions. Time lapse from this morning to a little bit ago showing you the sun coming up. That's how much it's shrouded in the smoke. Really red as it was on the horizon. It really didn't have a lot of cloud cover. You can see just a little bit of cloud cover moving through the middle levels of the atmosphere with the front moving through. That shows you what it's like in the metro. I'm sure you've probably seen pictures. If you haven't, up into northern Minnesota, we'll be showing some later on. I mean, it is so smoky up there. Very low visibility in spots, the Boundary Waters and the Iron Range and the Arrowhead. The wildfire smoke will continue around the Twin Cities and much of central Minnesota, western Wisconsin through the next 24 hours. Then there'll be some improvement. It'll stay hot and dry, though, through the weekend. Signs that the pattern will change, though, as we look into next week with a shift to some cooler conditions. So, of course, we have this weather impact alert we've been talking about. We have the heat, we have the humidity, and we have the smoke all the way until 9 o'clock on Friday. Keep yourself well hydrated, and if you're sensitive and have to be outside for a long period of time by the smoke, think about wearing a mask. That will help to keep, of course, the smoke out of your lungs. Temperatures today close to 90, upper 80s, hazy sunshine for us, and it will be warm tonight. I mean, still at midnight, we're going to only be dropping to around 80 degrees. Latest conditions showing you the hazy skies out there right now. We're above average once again, both the low and the high. The low a good 10 degrees above normal, and of course the high is right around 5 to 6. It is a warm pattern and a dry pattern. Because of the high heat and the humidity, we have an extreme heat warning until 9 o'clock Friday. The heat index will pop up to near 100, lows at night in the mid-70s. The dew point is close to 70, so it's very steamy. Similar conditions in west central Minnesota around the Fargo-Moorhead area, back on into North Dakota with heat advisories there. Dew point, last I looked at, was right around 70. It should be there through tomorrow morning, then start to drop tomorrow afternoon as a front wiggles southward. That will bring in a little better humidity this weekend, right to around 60. May even drop into the upper 50s in some of the afternoons periods on Sunday. We hope. That would feel much more refreshing. There's another front that moves through on Monday. That'll pop the humidity up, only a small shower chance with it. Then we get a nice refreshing plunge of lower humidity and cooler temperatures through mid next week. Cooler, just getting us back to summertime typical levels here for July in the mid 80s. So the weather impact again, we're talking heat, we're talking smoke all the way through tomorrow. The wildfire smoke already here. It will stay hazardous in many areas for the low air quality levels. Heat index mid 90s to near 100 today and tomorrow. Of course, limit your time outdoors if you can for both of those conditions. And obviously smoky, you get the headache, the cough, scratchy throat, itchy eyes, runny nose, start to feel lightheaded. Could be the combination of the smoke along with the heat. Things you have to be careful with when you're outside. So check out the air quality from a little bit ago, and you notice so many areas are here in the very unhealthy, if not into the hazardous air, especially here in northern Wisconsin and northeastern Minnesota. The only spots, Minnesota River and south and westward, where we're at least in the moderate range, where it's not nearly so smoky outside. Here's the front, and the reason there is the wind is more southerly. In the metro, we've had a light wind, and it's been more easterly. And of course, in northeast Minnesota, remember the fires are here, so it's curling back around this way, and that's why you have it in northern Wisconsin and northern Minnesota. Of course, though, the upper level winds are out of the northwest, and that shoved the smoke all the way to New York. Here's the visibility for the low level smoke. Notice so many areas, visibility even a mile or less, and that's all smoke, obviously not fog, right down here to the Twin Cities. Then the southerly wind flow takes over, and that's why it's better here in the southwest. But we have the air quality alerts right up to the Minnesota River, to the north and east, and pretty much all of Wisconsin for the unhealthy air. This is the areas for today where we're expecting it to be very unhealthy, if not hazardous. Same things for areas surrounding that. Only the southwest will be better with the southerly wind flow and will be better tomorrow as well. Metro, unhealthy for some, and I think we'll even drop to the moderate category at times, but it will still be rough up here with the ongoing fires in the Arrowhead, Iron Range, the Boundary Waters, and through the north woods of Wisconsin. Smoke forecast looks like this. There's the southwest winds taking over. It's still up to the metro until late tonight into tomorrow morning. Then we see improvement. Rough conditions, though, still in the northeast. Here's the northwesterly flow that'll take over. Less smoke as we look through Friday and the weekend. Nice to talk about that. And there have been a couple of showers that have popped up, especially into northern Minnesota. And along this boundary and secondary impulse is what will drop the front through. So that will bring in the rain chances up north and finally shift the smoke out, at least for a lot of the region. We welcome this. Hopefully it does fall across the areas there that really need it along the border sections and into Ontario and far northern St. Louis County. Then we're in a northerly flow. That'll dry out the humidity, but the temps stay hot through the weekend. Hazy, smoky, and 91 today here in the Twin Cities. Up north, more smoke and haze. Temperatures back into the 80s. For tonight, obviously, smoke and stuffy. We only fall to 75 in the metro. Northern Minnesota into the 60s. Tomorrow, hot day again. It stays dry for us, and it stays warm through the weekend. Some cooling by mid next week.